Okay. Oh my goodness. It feels like forever. It's been forever. All right. Give me a second. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is up and running and then we'll get started. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. If you are here, just say hello. And if you're watching on the replay, remember to hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. And if you're sharing this group, if you're sharing it and inviting anyone in, be sure to let me know because you'll be entered into a draw as well. So you will get a chance to have a one-on-one with me, which is going to be epic. And I am so honored that you're here in this group. I know there are several of you here um, who are absolutely new to the group, and I'm just so excited to have beautiful faces like you all coming up and joining me in the Siren Goddess Collective. And so I'm just gonna go live on Instagram as well. And if you're new to my world, I'm just gonna let you know that the whatever that's streamed in the Siren Goddess Collective will be saved, so you can absolutely catch the replay if you can sit through the whole thing right now. And on Instagram, I usually stream it so that people know that this is happening, and then I'll just kind of end the session, and the replay will be in the link in the bio. It will be in the Siren Goddess Collective. All right. Okay. Beautiful ones. So thank you for your patience. I think I'm live. I think I can hear myself as well. If you're here, please say hello. I would love to connect with your energy. Um, I just came back from Japan. For those who are not really following my journey, it's been absolutely epic. It's been absolutely epic. What I can really say right now is that there are a lot of downloads. There have been a lot of things that have been super inspiring, and I just wanted to come on here to talk about it today. And also to share some updates and share some of the things that are going on in my world, so that, you know, just to let you know that I'm so appreciative of your presence here in my world. And if there is any way that I can support you on your journey to living on purpose in your own authentic power, then let's do it. Let's do this together. So, welcome again. My name is Li Ying. If this is your first time, thank you for joining me. So I was in Japan, and what's so amazing about the whole trip was that I was very intentional about the trip, about where I would be going and where and what takeaway I was hoping to gain. And one of the things that I really wanted to, I think the light is going, or maybe it's spirit. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. All right. So, one of the things that I really wanted to talk about is my journey. And some of the things that I visited included a tea farm and some temples. And, there were so many beautiful things that I walked away with, and I still have them in me percolating and alchemizing. And I will be sharing so much more in the upcoming days together. I already have a beautiful download that came through, and T Spirit whispered, you have spoken, and I have been listening. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. What's landing? That is a new masterclass that is starting on the 25th of February. There will be 10 modules in total. It is a group masterclass. So when you join this masterclass right now, because I will be divulging more information as it goes, and the more information comes out, the price will go up. But right now, at the level of information that I'm kind of just seeping through to everyone, it's only 777 pounds. is incredible and is insane, but I just had this download to do it this way, to really release this out to people who are on my newsletter and people who are in this group, so that you can all have the benefit of joining first at this amazing rate, and then after that, I will be opening it up to the public. So if this is something that really calls out to you and you're like, I know I want to join you and this is the perfect way to do it, I don't, it just feels so aligned, and or you have questions, feel free to DM me and let's do this together. One of the things that really inspired this is a story that I'm going to share with you right now. And I'm just gonna make sure that, because I'm seeing the live button blinking, so I'm just gonna make sure that um, I'm actually up streaming, because I can't see any comments either. But hey ho, I think it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so one of the things that really happened when I was there in a place called Wazuka in Kyoto, where it is well known for generations and generations of tea farms. One of the beautiful things that happened was that I was able to have a private tour around a tea farm that is organic. There are certain parts of it that is certified organic, that meets the criteria, the government's criteria, and there are those parts where it's absolutely, pesticide free and fertilizer free as well. Mostly everything they adhere to is pesticide free. And if you've been through an immersion with me, you've heard, or a masterclass or program with me, you probably have heard of me really harping on the importance of drinking what I call living tea, or huo cha in Chinese. Um, in my tea ceremonies, I only ever use living tea. These living tea have several criteria that they have to adhere to. They are seed propagated. They have, they are free from agrochemicals. They are pesticide free, fertilizer free, if possible. And even if they're using fertilizers, it's completely natural. But it's absolutely, to adhere to the standard of living tea, they are fertilizer free. And I go really deep into this in our course, Priestess of Tea, because there are certain things happening in the world that is inevitable. And we want to become more educated as a consumer and put out demands that actually benefit the farmers and also benefit our own health, and the way we can do what we can do about it to assist the farmers, to assist the artisans. And we are talking about farmers and artisans, the masters, the true tea masters, who have been carrying generations and generations of craftsmanship, who are truly attuned to nature, and it's so much more than just producing the right amount of tea leaves to meet the right amount of sales and things like that. So it's a big topic, but as an essence, I would just say I have been to the tea farm in Japan, and although it doesn't meet all of the criteria of a living tea plantation, for example, they do use cuttings and cultivars. We call them cultivars, meaning, these are not seed propagated. They are taken from a cutting from another tea plant, and then it's planted. But there's so much to say about their tenacity, about their integrity, that one of the stories that really, really touched me so deeply was that, it is a 400 and 500-year-old farm. There have been many generations that have been really, taking care of this space, this place, this plantation that we're talking about. And what, incredible things the land has really seen, having had tea plants that were literally tea trees, that eventually had become more industrialized into tea bushes. And then, they probably went through generations of having had pesticides and fertilizers to meet the production. And now in the current generation of owners, they are very adamant to keep it organic and to keep it really like a living, inspirited land for the tea. And I spoke to the person, and I spoke to the beautiful woman, beautiful soul. And the story in the gist is that they had to really resoil everything. The soil was destroyed by pesticides and fertilizers, and everything had to be reorganized again. And then plants were replanted again. And so there were many years actually where there were no harvest, because the seed needs to be the seeds need to sprout, and the sprout need to grow, and then it can be harvested. And usually it takes at least 2 to 3 years for this to happen. And to do it organically is one of the most heroic acts ever, because to do it organically means that you have to really re-educate the soil, like literally, to make it self-sustainable, without fertilizers, without pesticides, working with the bugs, working with the ecosystem in the environment, because the trees the trees are a full expression of its terroir, its surroundings. And so being so inspired, I literally asked the question of like, so what, wow, that's so incredible. Like, how do you even stay true to your mission and your purpose during times when it's, when you're going through a time when nobody believes in your cause, and people are just kind of really literally hating on you because they feel like you're going to tarnish the land by staying away from pesticides and fertilizers, and you're going to taint another person's land because the bugs and things will increase. And then also going through all the, just kind of overcoming the stigmatism of, organic tea not tasting as good as the ones that have a very specific amount of injected nitrogen. Like, it's a specific formula to make the tea taste a certain way, right? Because green tea in Japan, people are always chasing after something called umami. They want that seaweedy taste in the tea. And so I spoke to the owner, and I was so incredibly inspired, and I wanted to share this story with you because they stuck to their guns. They didn't give up. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of research, 5 years, and now they're doing well, finally. And they're starting to have people who are interested in actually understanding how they did their work, and then so on and so forth. But it took years. It really took years. The plants took years to grow. And we're talking about at least 2 to 3 years for the tea trees, the tea bushes to come alive and actually be able to be harvested. And then we're talking about research after research of understanding how to work with the soil, how to actually have a productive system of how they can revitalize the soil of the farm. And so, I know that this is so almost like agricultural talk, but I wanted to share this because I feel like it is so related to the way we plant the seed of our dreams and plant the seed of our purpose. And, it's become such a fashion these days to say that we want to do something, but then we don't really stay the course. And truly the real question is, are you really giving your all? When you say that this is not working, that's not working, have you really given it all you've got? Because when I say, have you given it all you've got? I'm not saying something that is validated outside of you. I'm saying something that is within you. Like this true, firm, 100% faith that this is it. Like this is the thing that is going to make everything different. This is going to change the game. This is going to be my purpose because there is no other way. I'm not giving up. Like, this is it. I'm giving it all I've got, everything. Because what I'm seeing so often in this world, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you're a boss, you run your own business, or whether you are someone who's at a corporate world, or you're working at an office and you want to, you're seeking to have a great position and great lifestyle where you no longer have to worry, you've got financial stability, and you can do whatever you want in the world. These things are absolutely, absolutely 100% possible. The, the thing is, we don't see it often enough in our world because too many of us just kind of give up. We just say, well, I've already done it, and I give myself 1 year, and 1 year, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna give it up. Especially in the coaching world, especially like when we see people saying, I'm getting this, I'm getting these, and I have these clients, I have these packages, I'm selling 100,000 or whatever, or running a business on your own. And it doesn't even have to be coaching, it can be anything, any industry that you're in. We just kind of give up and we don't stretch ourselves enough. We're not inquisitive enough. We're not, really saying, okay, here's the thing, guys, like honest talk. Some of you probably know the story. I started my business doing free ceremonies for about half a year. And then when I started to actually charge, I charged at a minimum level of like 30 pounds, 15 pounds. Like, I was doing it based on other people's rates, basically, because I really believed that I needed other people's recommendation to make this work. And I needed other good Samaritans, studios and offers and whatever to go out there and expose myself and be there and out there in the network. And then I realized that I can't make ends meet with this at all. I just can't. And so I was looking into how I can stretch myself, and that was the really scary thing that I had to do. Like, I had to find the resources to get help. I needed to find the resources to get support, to live the life I want to live. I made a choice, right? And I knew that this work is so much bigger because even at the beginning, even when I was just doing tea ceremonies, I remember saying things like, it's beautiful to sit with tea, but there's so much more about tea that you can gain if you make this a practice, when you make this a devotion, a devoted path. And so I knew that I wanted to create something that's more extensive, like an immersion, like an immersive, transformative experience. It's a transformation. It's not just something you come in and you relax and then you go out and then you forget about it. It's a transformation, it's a journey. And the speed of your journey depends on whoever you are and where you came from. So I wanted to create a program. I wanted to create an immersion. I wanted to work with private clients very closely and intimately in a container that's sacred and transformative. And the Siren Goddess was born. And that was it. And I continued to evolve from there. But, did I have moments when I was like, I need to give up? Well, of course, but I also knew that in those moments, those were the times that I really needed to ask myself, like, will I still do this when there is no evidence that I can trust that this will work? Like, this is a question I would ask you to ask yourself. Do I think I will still be doing this if there are no evidence that this is going to work, right? If your yes is a hell yes, like I did, then go forward. Do whatever it takes, because this is you making the decision that this is your life and you're willing to do whatever it takes. And when I say that, I really mean reaching out for support. Really looking into like, can I invest in myself in a way where I know that I'm going to gain something from this mentorship no matter what? Whether it is investing in strategy, funnels, or energetics, like the women who work with me, they come in because they have done all these strategy stuff before, and yet they are still stuck at square one. Obviously, it's energetics, right? There are subconscious dissonance, there are self-sabotaging, there are certain things that you want to work through so that you emerge as the leader in your life first, so that you can go ahead and lead others. So when we're doing this work, it's important to understand that even when we gain the financial stability that we desire and we dream of, they don't validate us, because this is the ultimate test. What if everything falls apart? What if everything falls apart out of the blue, it seems, right? Will you still be able to trust yourself, to trust your creatorship, to trust that you can absolutely create something new out of this? Because that is all there is in this world. And sometimes it pains me to think that way. I admit that, absolutely. But when I think about the ultimate work we're doing here, it isn't about reaching a goal. It isn't about reaching a certain stability. It is about finding the stability within you. Because when you're stable inside here, when you embody your vortex of stillness, as I always say, it doesn't matter what happens outside of you. You know who you are here. And so the real question, again, I'm going to repeat it, is can you believe in yourself even when there are no evidence that your vision is going to work out? So many of us give up so quickly. And I really think it's because of the world that we live in, and we tend to forget that nature takes time in this dimension. And in nature, when something dies, something new births as well. We tend to forget that. And so when I was standing in the tea farm, I was just so incredibly inspired, because man, like we're talking about 4 to 5 years of waiting. That's a visionary. That's a visionary, doing something that wasn't conventional at that time, and believing so deeply. And they had heritage to uphold them. They had ritual to uphold them. They had, on the other end of the spectrum, they had the logical side, right? The masculine side of the research, the purpose, the intention. And then they have the formlessness of the spirit of their rituals and their heritage, where there is a culture of tenacity, there is a culture of reverence, there is a culture of really placing true importance on mind, body, spirit. So with these two things working together, there is just such an absolute faith in something that hasn't even been birthed. And by the time it happens, they just know, oh, I just have to work. I just have to improve this. I have to keep improving this, because it's always evolving. Every crop, every season, every harvest, we are improving, and we want to make sure our leaves are the highest quality ever. Despite what the competitions say, what the people who judge in the tea competition, like what teas are good, they will always say this is not so good because it doesn't have the flavor profile. But they are absolutely believing in their own quality, because they know how detrimental it is to have tea that is sprayed with pesticides, and it creates that kind of long-term health issues. And so in the same way, how can you look at your dreams? How can you look at your business? How can you look at what you're working towards in that way as a visionary? And I'm here for this. I'm so excited. Like, I'm here for this because I know that Tea Spirit is here to guide you through the hardest and most difficult and challenging times. I can't tell you how many times it's done that for me and how many times it's done that for my clients. I'm so fiery about this because I truly believe that, whatever it is that is happening in our world, we have to have a vortex of stillness to bind us together so that we know, okay, my nervous system needs support. And I'm not here to knock it down or numb it or suppress it. I'm here understanding how to work with my nervous system as energy, because we're all energy beings. So when we work with energy and start to fire up the electrocircuitry, the neurocircuitries that binds the mind, body, and spirit together, there is no way at all that can we can access that vortex of stillness. The goddess rises from there. That state of being, the presence, immense presence, that is what magnetizes people into your world. And so really, what I'm here to share with you is that this is important work, and I truly believe that it's going to change everything in your world. Whether you're looking to, have a healthier life, or you want to have better relationships, or you want to build a business that's successful long term. We're talking long term. So I've got spaces open for Siren Goddess one-to-one immersion. Right now, at this price point, I'm going to give you all access to all my other group programs as well when you sign up as a one-to-one client. I have a few limited spaces for that. And then you can also consider if you want to look into a group version of this and a 1-year mentorship with me, where you can have full access to all my programs, all my events, and also a 4-seasonal mastermind, exclusive mastermind only for this mentorship at Mysteries Gate. It's called at Mysteries Gate. You can absolutely join right now. And you want to upgrade into a 1-to-1 1 year, you are absolutely, you're so welcome to do that as well. It's right there for you. And I don't know why you're still waiting if you know that I'm the person you're going to work with. Because, it's funny, I just got an email from Zoom and a couple of other apps and services and Stripe, and things are just, the prices are going up. And why wouldn't my prices go up either? So you want to join, be sure to jump in right now, and no more waiting, no more sitting on the fence, because truly it's all about really taking the action right now and sowing the seeds and looking long term into your harvest, harvesting again and again, and evolving and evolving and evolving and evolving. Involution for evolution, involution for evolution. No matter what you're doing, and this is really going out to everyone who says that I need a funnel, I need a strategy, I need a business that has like financial stability, or I need a relationship, I want to call in a woman or a man that is going to be my soulmate. Look, it starts from you. Your energy creates circumstances. If you're not still, everything you do is not going to be reflective of that. It's just going to reflect back whatever that's going on with you. Self-doubt, all of these things are very normal as a human being. The key here is that we learn to really alchemize them through our neurocircuitries, through our fiery magnetism, our harmony with nature, our openness to drop from the mind to the heart. And the spirit of tea medicine is here to assist us. The spirit of Taoist alchemy is here for us. Bioenergetics, Some of you don't even know this, but I am a certified bioenergetic facilitator. I studied with Dr. Sue Morter for a long time. And so, guys, like, really, this is going to be so immense. It's going to be a freaking amazing year. We've got the constellations supporting us to rise. I don't understand if you tell me, I'm so scared. I don't know if this is the right time, but I really want to do this. I want to rise. I want to live on purpose. I want to be in my authentic power. I want to do everything you're doing. Then I wouldn't be able to hold back. I'll just say, jump right in. Come on in. Because you're just playing up to your fears. Everything. Fears, judgment, all of these are mind made, egocentric. Let's be real. And so, if you have questions, I absolutely welcome you asking anything that may clear up anything at all. But if you're like, I already know what this is, I already want this so much, I just need the resources. There are people out there, I can tell you, my clients, they're not sitting around on like tons of cash. They made it work. Like, they literally found the resources to make it work. And no matter what, and this was what I really wanted to share with you. I didn't arrive here. I didn't get here by following whatever it is that other people were saying. I tried it. Did it work? Did it not work? I tweak it. There are 1,000 ways to do things. And that's the good news. Because if it didn't work, you try another way. This is how you run a business. That's the strategy, guys. Nobody can actually do it for you. Whatever you're doing is unique. That's the good news. You can't follow another person's path. You got to find your own path. So, involution for evolution is all there is. And find and embody your magnetism, embody your truth, embody your worth, which is already immense in goddess level. You just got to trust in that. And that trust doesn't come from an intellectual level of like, yeah, I trust myself. It comes from embodiment. It comes from like subconscious resonance. And to land and anchor that in, I work with my clients through breath. We work through meditation. We work through tea ceremonies. We learn how to channel the tea spirit. We talk about all these things, and I'm there with you, guiding you through, holding space for your expansion and holding space for times when you need to just fall back a little bit. But make no mistake, I'm a visionary, and whoever comes into my world, they become unstoppable. Doesn't mean you can't take a break, but you become unstoppable. So here's my call to you. I've got something amazing coming up. Talking about the masterclass before, I'm going to share it again. It's only £777 right now to join. As I roll out more information, I don't know when, I will announce it when I do. I will raise the price. For those who are like, I'm in, I want to do 3 or 4 months with you, one-to-one, Siren Goddess is for you. And at this rate right now, you get to access all of my group programs and masterminds and masterclasses as well. If you're in for 1 year and you want to walk with me and you're saying, I want to see how I evolve in 1 year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to find the resources to do this, at Mysteries Gate is for you. You get full access to me, weekly calls, live calls, and you get 4 seasonal masterminds with the group. And you also get full access to my programs, immersions, masterclasses, events, you name it. Okay. You can also upgrade to one-to-one private mentorship, which means you get access to everything for 1 freaking year. And we have our own time. You can talk to me one-to-one, all of those good stuff. So I'm just so excited. I want you to know that I'm here for you. So I've got different tiers. Do what is at your accessible level. And if you have any questions, just email me or DM me. I'm here for you. Comment, and I'll reach out. Sending you so much love. I just want you to know, keep believing and do what it needs to be. Do what scares you right now, but you just know in your soul it's going to expand you, because you gotta stretch. You know, the truth is not everything is going to be like a relax. Yes. When we are expanding, we're going to feel the butterflies in our stomach. It's inevitable. And we got to notice and we got to realize, we got to be aware of these things, because the longer you sit on things, you're just going to stagnate. And you're so supported right now to make the leap, to make the plunge of faith, I call it. Okay. So sending you all so much love again. Have a beautiful weekend. And I will see you very, very, very soon. Big kisses.